Future of DACA is still up in the air. The president and Democratic leaders are moving closer to a deal that would allow DACA recipients to stay in the country.
KPIX 5 political reporter Melissa Caen here to break it all down for us. Melissa?
That's right. We're going to be talking about this, I think, for probably several weeks. Now, broadly speaking, the president and leaders of both parties say they are discussing two things. One, making the DACA program permanent, and two, allocating more money for border security. But this deal is not going as smoothly as the last one.
We agreed to a plan to work out an agreement to protect our nation's dreamers from deportation.
For the second time in 2 weeks, a deal negotiated by Democratic leaders Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and Republican President Trump.
We insisted that the Bipartisan DREAM Act, the one introduced by Congresswoman Lucy Allard, would be the basis for the protection, and that we would review border security measures that do not include building a wall.
The president insisted that Republican leaders are on board.
Mitch is on board, Paul Ryan's on board. We all feel, look, 92% of the people agree on DACA. But what we want is very, very powerful border security.
The DACA law that Democrats are demanding contains a path to citizenship. But the president says that's not on the table.
We're not looking at citizenship. We're not looking at amnesty. We're looking at allowing people to stay here.
Still, many of President Trump's supporters are enraged. Breitbart dubbed the president Amnesty Don, while far-right commentator Ann Coulter tweeted, "At this point, who doesn't want Trump impeached?"
I think Trump is playing a very dangerous game with his base right now.
Nathan Ballard is a Democratic strategist who says the president should be careful not to alienate his supporters.
There's a risk to Donald Trump that he might get so addicted to getting deals done in Washington using Democratic support that he could alienate his base and end up pleasing no one. Because the Democratic voter is never going to say, I think Donald Trump's a great president.
He says for Democrats, there's really no downside.
The Democrats have nowhere to go but up. Right now we have a Republican Congress and we have a Republican president. Every gain that Nancy Pelosi makes, every gain that the Democrats make benefits not just her, but the entire country.
And Republicans in Congress have no one to blame but themselves.
I think what Donald Trump has realized in his first few months of office is that really he hasn't been able to get anything done just relying on the Republicans.
Now, the border wall is not part of these negotiations, which is just one more thing that the president's voters are upset about. Some are posting pictures and videos of Make America Great Again hats set on fire on Twitter. Melissa Caen, KPIX 5.